Hello guys, back for my second real video. I don't count the first two. So today we're going to be talking about outlets and what type of outlets you're going to find in your house. Now the most basic type of outlet you're going to find in all houses is just the simple, regular, I'll throw up a picture on the screen of just normal polarized duplex AC 120 volt 15 amp outlets that they don't have any special features and they're just 15 amps and 120 volts. They can't do anything else. Max to 1800 watts. Now the most modern houses, and I don't know when it started becoming commonplace, have GFCI outlets, which have a giant test reset button in the middle, and basically what those do is if they get water in them or near them, it shuts off the power to the outlet, so it won't power any device while it's wet. And it's also, it will shut off power to the whole circuit of outlets too, to prevent any damage occurring to them either. And they have a massive button on them that says test reset and have a green light that shows if there's power being outputted to them or no. I apologize for any noise you may hear. I'm outside here, and yeah, we live on a busy street and there's an airspace overhead that we're on a main traffic route for airplanes. So another common type of outlet you're going to see in all houses, especially near windows, is a 20 amp outlet. And you'll see a little fork in the outlet, and that's where the 20 amp neutral slot will slide in. I'll throw a picture on the screen so you know what I'm talking about. But one of the prongs on the 20 amp outlet is actually tilted like this. So it looks like this, so you can't plug it into a regular 15 amp outlet. At my school, actually, somebody plugged, because they added all new things, and nobody knew exactly where the electricity was. Somebody plugged what they thought was into a 20 amp plug into what they thought was a 20 amp outlet, and it was really only wired for 15 amps, and it burned out the outlet. So always be sure to double check that you're actually wired, especially if you put it in yourself or if you know it was put in by an amateur. Make sure that it was wired correctly to 20 amps, because you can cause a fire or an electrical hazard if you plug it in and overload the device, or overload the outlet, I mean. Another type of outlet you're going to see at the outside of your house, especially if you have a barn, a garage, or a pool, is a 3-prong or 4-prong 30 amp outlet, which will operate up to 30 amps. And it's used for stuff like pool pumps, welders. If you have like a air compressor that draws 240 volts, it'd be a 4-prong outlet. Yeah, any sort of heavy machinery that requires 240 electricity or just 30 amps, even if it's at 120. And you'll see that they twist lock in, so that way they don't come undone or have some sort of issue with the electricity because how much is being transferred. And you'll also see all of these outlets on your standard generators. Most generators have a twist lock 120 volt or 240 volt 30 amp outlet, and they also have the 20 amp GFCI outlets. Most brands like Yamaha, Honda, Generac, you'll see these outlets on all their larger models. Another common type of outlet, especially on generators and power stations, mostly on generators and power stations, I don't think houses really have them unless you have one put in, is a RV 30 amp 120 volt plug, which is designed specifically for uses with RVs. They don't twist lock, they're just like a regular standard plug, but they're 3 prongs, and they look very different than what your standard plug would be. And finally, the biggest plug that you'll find in any sort of regular residential use would be a 50 amp 240 volt outlet, which can distribute up to 50 amps. Now, the only thing that I could think of that would be used to plug into this besides your whole home on a generator would be either a very, very large welder or to charge an electric vehicle. I know electric vehicles charge at 50 amps, so many people have outlets to plug in their vehicles. But also large pieces of welders and machinery could use up to 50 amps and need one of these outlets. So that's it for today's video. I'm very new to this YouTube thing, so I appreciate some support. You know, I'm definitely going to increase the quality of my videos as my channel grows. Like I said, 500 subscribers, I'll buy a new generator for the channel and show it off. Hope you enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe. And comment any suggestions. I'll take any criticisms.